Hey, you all, Catherine here. I'm really excited that you're here with me today. We're going to talk about the three science-backed ways to reduce breast cancer reoccurrence. And this is what most survivors aren't told. So I'm going to enlighten you with some really evidence-based, great information here. So let me start out. Can I ask you something? Have you ever left an oncology appointment feeling relieved? It's over. The scan is over. Everything's clear. You are told by your doctors to go home, enjoy your life, ring the bell. It's so exciting. But you're also wondering, what am I supposed to be doing to stay healthy? That would be if you nothing, if you're not feeling anything, then that would be living what I call from scan to scan. And that's not really a great place to be because conventional medicine studies have shown do not necessarily kill the stem cells of breast cancer. Now, that's why over 70% of breast cancer survivors are actually trying different types of alternative modalities, and they're not telling their oncologists about it. They're seeing this on TikTok or some other information media sources, and they're just trying it because other survivors have had good luck, or they're desperate, or they want to make sure they're doing everything, or maybe they're at a point where their post-treatment drugs are not working and they're genuinely afraid. Those are not great options, I believe. So, what I'm offering you here are all science backed. That means they have been, the things I'm going to be telling you are all evidence based. So, they have been researched back by scientists to actually conclude some of these things that I can genuinely tell you that these things are true. So, if you've ever left your oncology appointment thinking, okay, now what? Well, I'm going to give you some things to think about after you've left your oncology appointment. And these are some things that you can definitely think about, take some notes to stay healthy. And remember, the number one thing we're trying to do here, right, is to reduce reoccurrence. For many women, the plan after treatment looks like this. They show up for their scans, take their medication, they try to eat healthy, move a little bit more, and really hope for the best. But deep down, you feel like, well, maybe there has to be something more. And you know what? There is. So if you ever felt that way, let me tell you, you're not alone. I felt that way, absolutely. And that's why I was, after 15 years of being diagnosed, I have done a ton of research to actually put a framework together and tell you and share with you some of these things, which I'm honored to do. Most women I talk to are incredibly motivated. They want to be proactive, they want to reduce the risk, but they're overwhelmed by a lot of information out there. There's so much information now on now they're on TikTok and YouTube and Google. It used to just be the news, right? Or our doctors, and now we're getting it from all over the place. A majority of women get their information from social media channels, and it can be completely confusing and overwhelming. But here's the truth. It's really not that you don't care enough, right? Like it's not, it's that no one has really clearly shown you what matters most and how to build into your life a sustainable way. And sustainability is really the key word here, right? Because if it's not sustainable, then it just won't happen no matter how good it sounds. It just won't happen. We're humans. It needs to be something that we can actually implement into our life for it to work. But here's something that I want you to really hone down on is that only 5 to 10% of diagnosed breast cancers are genetically. So they come from genetics. That means that the rest of us, and I'm genetically predisposed or what I think I am, but the majority, 85 to 95 or even 80 to 95% of breast cancers are coming from something else. They're coming from lifestyle factors, environmental factors. This could be all kinds of different things. Everything in your environment, from your water to your plastics to things that you're drinking out of. And then it could be what you're eating, what you're drinking, alcohol and drugs, smoking. And then it could be also what you're thinking. It could be the stress and the trauma. It could be unforgiveness, anger, resentment, all these things. It all plays a part in your immunity. So, if these things what are modifiable, so they're changeable, right? We look at these things and we can reduce stress. We can stop smoking. We can reduce or get rid of alcohol. We can drink water from cleaner sources and have cleaner fragrances and try to have glass Tupperware storage and all kinds of different things that we can actually do, then this will influence your long-term health. And that's where most people go wrong. They focus on random tips instead of building a structured, supportive lifestyle, what I call a system, because it really is. It's a system. So let's think about the three ways. I want to walk you through three of the most important researched back ways to reduce recurrence and strengthen your body after breast cancer. This isn't overwhelm, it's just really clarity. The first one is lowering chronic inflammation, and that's probably the number one. We've heard this word a lot. What is it exactly? Well, inflammation is good. It's a good response of our body, but it also can be, if it's chronic, which means it's been there, it's long term for a long time. It's actually wreaks havoc on all kinds of things. So I'm not talking about a quick detox or just cutting out one food. I'm talking about changing the internal environment of your body. And that's because chronic inflammation has been linked to cancer progression. So it's going to increase the chances of a reoccurrence. It's also been linked to fatigue. It's been linked to hormonal disruption. So it messes around with our hormones. So if you have a hormone characteristic of cancer, it will definitely affect that, right? And here's what most women really miss. You can't remove inflammation. You can replace it with supportive habits. And that's a really big point. You can't just remove it, you need to replace it. And these are things like consistent, nourishing nutrition. We've talked about that a little bit. Sleep that actually restores your body, and then managing stress, at a deeper level. And when this starts to shift, women often say, wow, I feel calmer, I feel clear, I feel more in control, maybe for the first time in their life. And honestly, it's not just a mindset, like that's their body talking. The second way to reduce recurrence is to build and preserve muscle. And this one surprises a lot of women, myself included. And building and preserving muscle is so much more than just getting stronger. It's really not just about strength, it's so much more. So it plays a role in metabolism and blood sugar regulation, hormone regulation, and then immune function. Who would have thought that getting stronger plays a role in our immunity? But it does. So research has shown that women with higher muscle mass often have better outcomes long term. So here's where the disconnect are. Many survivors, not most, many survivors are either thinking, I'm afraid to exercise. I've never done it before my entire life. And now you're telling me I got to go get in the gym and lift weights. Are you kidding me? They're unsure about what is even safe. Or they're thinking that, okay, I'm walking, I'm good. Like that's enough. And movement is great. Don't get me wrong, it's wonderful. But strategic strength training is actually what's going to move the needle in addition to walking. And I'm not talking extreme, I'm just talking about intentional strength movements to get you stronger. The third way we want to reduce recurrence is really identity, how you're looking at yourself. Now, this is completely different when you've been told that you have breast cancer, right? And now you are a breast cancer survivor. That is tough for a lot of people. Never been told you have cancer. All of a sudden you are told you have cancer and you're a survivor. And we're almost victimized, right? When we're told that. So I have created what's called the RISE. It's an acronym, the RISE method. It's also, I teach it in the Resilience Beyond Cancer program, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek of it here. And RISE is an acronym for Reclaim, Ignite, Strengthen, and Evolve. And it's the one that really ties everything all together. It really is at its core. We're talking about our habits here, how we see ourselves, and pulling everything that we've learned together so that we can really lower our risk of reoccurrence and feel comfortable in it. So cancer really doesn't become at the forefront of our mind anymore. Here's what you can do, but you're still maybe not following through. Well, this helps you with that. You know what you can do, but yet you're following through in a sustainable way. This is also where identity comes into play. This is so important. So it's all about really, I should be healthier to I am someone who prioritizes my health. And that is a big identity shift when we know we should be doing certain things, and now we can actually become those healthier things. So where our identity is completely shifting in a way where we're doing things intentionally, but the process kind of happens naturally. And it's amazing to see your habits follow and you become part of your habits. So, this is what it actually looks like in real life. You don't rely on motivation anymore or willpower, and you don't have to have structure and support, but it has to be there to begin with to get you going. And then, with structure and support and guidance, you begin to trust yourself again until you'll be able to go on autopilot. And that's, my friends, where the true transformation really begins. Now, here's the thing, we've talked a lot about the what reduces recurrence, and nothing more than I want for you guys is to lower your risk of reoccurrence. But I think we need to talk a little bit deeper about how to actually build this into your life consistently. And that's exactly why I created the free workshop. And it's called 3 Ways to Lower Recurrence Risk and Strengthen Your Body After Breast Cancer. The next one is April 29th at noon Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to walk you through what matters most and what doesn't, which is just as important. How to start implementing this in a simple, realistic ways without overwhelm and without feeling like you have to do everything perfectly, because you don't. So, if this is something that you want to know more of and you want more clarity, you want more structure, you want more support, then I would love for you to join me, and you can register for the workshops completely free, remember, using the link below. And just know this, you're not alone. You don't have to figure this out anymore. I'm a 15-year breast cancer survivor. I've learned so much. I'm a health and wellness coach, among a lot of other credentials. I'm not a doctor. So we work with your doctors, but come to the workshop just to learn. Take some good notes, and I guarantee you're going to walk away with a lot more clarity. So I can't wait to see you there, and I look forward to it.